What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on how Henry Cavill could actually be making his debut to the MCU in the next few years. I've been told some information that could actually have some precedence, could have some validity, and Henry Cavill would look pretty cool as Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which they will be shooting next year after the Suicide Squad 2 movie, after James Gunn is done with that. So they're not confirmed that they're shooting next year, but it's looking likely they will start shooting next year, late next year, or early the year after. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. So we are currently doing a Blu-ray or DVD, if people still use them, or a 4K HD Blu-ray giveaway for the Captain Marvel movie. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel with notifications on and let me know down below, would you freak out if this was going to happen? So I was contacted late last night from an insider that to be honest has been right a fair few times. He's also been wrong, but he's been more right than he's been wrong. And he was telling me that there is speculation going around that Henry Cavill could be playing Adam Warlock in the MCU. But Warstu, you've said it's going to be Zac Efron. But Warstu, you said it's going to be Keanu Reeves. Well, yes, Henry Cavill is kind of the British version of Keanu Reeves, if you like. He's been growing in popularity ever since his role in the DC universe of Superman. Now, I still believe Man of Steel is one of the greatest comic movies ever, and I know a lot of you Marvel fanboys are going to disagree with that. But you can't disagree with the fact that even though the Justice League movie was bad, he nailed some of his roles in the Superman role in the Justice League movie. And also, he did absolutely kill the role in the latest Mission Impossible movie with Tom Cruise. He actually did a stellar, iconic fight scene in the toilet. It was pretty funny. So as everyone knows, a lot of images were dropped yesterday showing him in the Witcher outfit. He's the main star in the Witcher movie for Netflix. They've confirmed there will be a kind of presentation at San Diego Comic-Con the third fourth week of July. As we knew that because it is coming out later this year, they are pushing a lot of money into that, and they've already renewed it for a bunch of seasons, and Henry Cavill has a multi kind of season deal for this TV show, so they are expecting it to do absolutely well on Netflix. It's being dubbed as the next Game of Thrones, or it's being dubbed as it could really flop. But either way, there is room for Henry to actually film in any role in the MCU. He was already rumored to be playing Captain Britain in the Spider-Man Far From Home movie, but I'm not going to tell you if that was true because that'd be a spoiler. But saying that, if that was true, everyone would know about it because he would have been seen shooting. So he was rumored to also play Captain Britain. I think he could actually play a stellar Adam Warlock, because if you do look at the images of him as Geralt in the Witcher first season of the Netflix show, he looks absolutely insane. Obviously, he's got a wig on, I'm presuming, and obviously Adam Warlock has blonde hair, really long. And you'll see in the thumbnail and sometime during this video, Boss Logic did a quick edit yesterday and he just looks insane as Adam Warlock. So Marvel generally look at Boss Logic's work. He's been hired multiple times. He did some of the work for Spider-Man Far From Home. He did some artwork for Infinity War and for EndGame. So if Boss Logic is pushing Henry Cavill to be Adam Warlock, there is a good chance he could be in the running if he could actually do it. I personally think it would be a stellar role for him within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So guys, let me know down below, who would you like to have as Adam Warlock in the MCU? Would you like the British version of Keanu Reeves being Henry Cavill? I think that could be a stellar role. Or would you like Keanu Reeves to play Adam Warlock? Or would you like Zac Efron? Or would you like Alexander Skarsgård? There is a lot of really talented actors who could take upon this role if Marvel did jump. But let's be honest, guys, if you're an actor, if you've got no current work, if you know how good Marvel's track record is for their movies blowing up, then you would not say no to playing Adam Warlock in any movie. Now, it is interesting, as we do know, the storyline for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and it will be happening post-Endgame. Don't worry, no spoilers. So, James Gunn has recently said, when he was asked about a question saying, is it going to be called As Guardians of the Galaxy? And he said, don't worry. So that is cool. We are going to get Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 as the title. We are presuming at San Diego Comic-Con on the 19th, 21st of July, somewhere around that. Hall H, that Mr. Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel Studios, will come out and announce when these movies are coming. As we know, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was supposed to be one of the first movies in the next saga of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but then he got fired for some historical tweets, and then there was a lot of talks, and then obviously he took over Suicide Squad 2 over at DC Warner Bros, kind of Warner Media Group they've changed the name to now. So that is pretty cool. So he's over there. So now this movie has been delayed, but it is going to start production after James Gunn is finished with Suicide Squad Volume 2, and we do expect at San Diego Comic-Con that Marvel will be dropping a bunch of new information about what we can expect in Marvel's Phase 4, as the fans are highly anticipating this to happen. Now, don't quote me the exact year. I think it's been 4 to 5 years past since we had the Phase 3 slate, so we will be getting a 4 to 5 year slate. As we know, Marvel work 5 to 10 years ahead, but they're never going to tell us what's the plan for the 10-year plan. Obviously, we know they will be introducing the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, Deadpool at some point, Deadpool 3, we know that's coming, and there is so many franchises will come this. There's so many great actors, but as we know, these villains, these actors, they need to get deeper, they need to get darker, they need to get more cosmic. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Henry Cavill is actually going to play Adam Warlock in the MCU. I would absolutely love that, because I really love Henry Cavill playing Superman. The only problem is DC don't actually respect that decision, because the DC fan base for Henry Cavill playing Superman is so freaking strong. At Ace Comic Con, I think it was either last year or the year before, Henry gave a speech about how he loves playing Superman. He's got many more stories that he wants to tell. He was supposed to be in the Shazam movie in a cameo role, but they couldn't come to terms and conditions. He's got so much enthusiasm for the Superman role. It's just Warner Bros. Are not giving him the respect for the character. They want to start developing a Supergirl movie or something like that, yet the fans are crying out for Man of Steel 2. Why would you make a Supergirl movie when the fans have been crying out for Man of Steel 2 for years? Yes, we know the CW Supergirl show is mediocre and it's aimed at teenagers. It's not even very good, to be honest, guys. Season 1, meh. Season 2 was okay. The season with Rain in was pretty cool, but except for that, it's pretty meh. So guys, let me know, would you like Henry Cavill to stop being Superman and start being, Adam Warlock or anyone else inside the MCU? There is a lot of roles he could take on. Sentry could be involved. They could bring Sentry into MCU. We actually did a video about that a couple of weeks ago, about how Sentry was rumored to be coming to the MCU. Now, Henry Cavill kind of could fit that role. I mean, I said Alexander Skarsgård would be better in that role, better placement in that role, but Henry Cavill could play a lot of roles. Yes, he is not the best actor, I understand that, but he is still learning. He's landing pretty big roles. Most recently landing the role in the Sherlock Holmes movie with the main star of Stranger Things Season 3, Millie Bobby Brown. That is such a huge role for him. She's a pretty high up there actor currently, and it looks like he is landing some pretty cool roles. Now, it is a shame that Warner Bros. Aren't like, okay, Henry, let's do Man of Steel 2, announce it at Comic-Con, because Warner Bros. Aren't even at Comic-Con this year, which is a massive shame. And I'm pretty sure that Henry Cavill would be open to the role if he was asked about it. Who's going to turn down any role inside the MCU? I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is rumored to have Lady Gaga voicing Lila, who's going to be Rocket's love interest. Another, I guess you could say, Otter, who is his long-lost love. We got Moondragon, who is Drax's long-lost daughter, who he thinks is dead. So it is looking like it's going to be as stellar of a movie. So it is pretty cool. So let me know, would you like Henry Cavill to become Adam Warlock in James Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I really do support this movement. That is why I'm making a video about it. So also in the news, there's been a lot of Marvel stuff to go over recently. Most recently, obviously, Spider-Man Far From Home is coming out, so there's going to be a lot of extra Spider-Man content this week about where everything's going, Phase 4, what the ending meant, why they deleted such a massive part of the movie, even though everyone on the internet knows it's there, but we're going to talk about it later this week. So let's go over some other stories that came recently in Marvel news. So Kevin Feige was recently asked about the Defenders in the MCU, and it seems it's not going to happen for a very long time. He said this, let's quote him. I don't know, he told Bet, which was the organization that interviewed him. There were a lot of great characters that were on those Netflix series, and I think there is a period of time. It will be a while before we could use any of them based on what the contracts were, so I'm not sure. So he realistically didn't say much. But it would be freaking insane to see, especially Tom Holland's Spider-Man, meet Daredevil. Now, Daredevil with, obviously, the Daredevil star from the Netflix series show. It would be so cool if Daredevil could one day meet Spider-Man, because they're both based in New York. It makes absolutely no sense why they wouldn't ever meet anyone. It just would be pretty cool. Obviously, Kingpin was involved in that as well, so that would be pretty cool if you get like a Spider-Man Daredevil Kingpin at some point in the MCU in a later Spider-Man movie down the line. That would be very interesting, and I'm sure Marvel are interested in Punisher. Punisher's deal is slightly different. So there's a 1 to 2 year cooling off period where Marvel is not allowed to touch any of the Netflix characters, as that was part of the said agreement they have, as far as we can actually understand that. So it does appear that Marvel Game Studio will be at San Diego Comic-Con as well, with the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 video game that comes out a few days after San Diego Comic-Con, and also they have the Iron Man VR game there, and also Marvel Avengers. So it appears that the footage that was shown to press at E3 will most likely be shown to the public during San Diego Comic-Con, which is pretty cool. I don't really think there's going to be anything different other than that. I mean, maybe they could say what this, like the Sony PlayStation exclusive content is going to be, but personally, I think that would be a big risk if they did reveal that so early. They need to drip feed us information about the Marvel Avengers game, but I am very excited to see that happen. So, like always, guys, let me know what you think about this video. Is it good? Is it bad? Do you want Henry Cavill to play Adam Warlock in the MCU? I think that'd be fantastic. And would you like to see Spider-Man team up with Daredevil to take down Kingpin one day? Not that he needs to team up with Daredevil, it'd just be so freaking cool to see Punisher, Daredevil, Tom Holland, Spider-Man in one movie together. It would be fantastic. So like always, guys, appreciate you spending some time with me today. If you did watch this video, if you got all the way to the end, hashtag Team Warstu Iron Man Shades. There's a story on my Instagram at Warstu. It'll make more sense, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.